May I just start with saying I'm so excited to see that half of this crowd is women today. Yes. Thank you. You know, I didn't come here today to pick a fight with anybody, and I didn't come here today to argue with anybody. Okay. I just really came to stand here for the underrepresented voice of gun owners, which is women. You know, for more than a century, women have fought for all kinds of rights: their right to vote, their right for equality in hiring practices, and now equal rights for self-defense. And a lot of the legislation that we see that comes before us stands to be in the way of women having that right to self-defense. The gun can be an equalizer for women. You know, let's look at Tim. Men can be stronger and bigger in stature, and for women, you know, that's a problem. So the gun can be an equalizer. I have friends who have been raped at gunpoint in gun-free zones. I have women who have encountered brutal events where they now say that if they'd had a gun, the situation may have played out differently. You know, we can't really hide from the statistics where every 5 minutes there's a rape. Every 2.5 minutes there's a sexual assault. Now, these things are still illegal. Doesn't matter that we have laws. They still happen. 1 in 4 rape victims will attempt or commit suicide. You know, back in 1994, the feds developed the Office of Violence Against Women, and it's come back up again now. So I sit here and I think that if the feds felt that we needed a special office to pay attention to violence against women, why are we seeing so many infringements on women's rights to protect themselves? Do we want to not prevent them from becoming one of these statistics? What I want to say is stop putting an agenda in front of a woman's life. Thank you. Rendering women defenseless does not protect us. You know, women are really taking charge and becoming their own protectors. And you know, in the last 5 years, women have become the fastest growing segment of gun ownership in America. And a lot of guns. No one can have just one. They're like black shoes. So right now, too, we have a movement in America that tens of thousands of women are participating in, and it's called #NotMe. And it's where women are just taking back their rights and showing that they have the right to self-defense against sexual assault. It's a huge movement, and I'm really proud to say that I'm a part of that. You know, Lieutenant Colonel, or Colonel Jeff Cooper just stated, the purpose of the pistol is to stop a fight that somebody else started. So I just want to say that it's indefensible for someone to say you're for women's rights, but you're against gun rights. You know, my pro-choice is, it's my body, my right to protect it with a gun. That's my pro-choice. You know, in just a few short years, I've taught over 700 women how to safely use a handgun, and every single student who has come out has said, I want to do this for self-defense, or I want to be able to take care of my children. You know what? They are moms who demand gun rights, and I'm happy to give it to them. You know, guns are not the cause of violence. Violent people are the cause of violence. I'm against all types of violence. I'm against singling out gun violence as being worse than any other kind of violence. I'm against criminals having guns, and I'm against the rampant failure to enforce the current gun laws. And I'm really against being treated like a criminal because I own a gun. We all know that criminals don't follow laws and responsible gun owners do, and we know that not a single law is going to stop the criminal mind. In fact, it's just going to make things easier for them because the rest of us become softer targets. You know, none of us wants anybody to be murdered. None of us wants anybody to be raped. None of us wants any schools to be shot up. We need to work together on solutions addressing violence without infringing on the rights of the responsible gun owners. You know, the Second Amendment is a reflection of a natural human right of self-protection, and the Constitution guarantees us these personal freedoms, and it also limits the power of the government. And the government is also required to protect those rights. So lawmakers, hear me now. Don't legislate us out of the ability to protect ourselves. Almost done. Don't make good people helpless because laws aren't going to make bad people harmless. I encourage everyone to promote responsible gun ownership, and education is a deterrent to crime. Educate, don't legislate. We are 2A proud. In Pennsylvania, stick to your guns. It's your life, protect it.